They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, over the 12th man, and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Utah State Aggies, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Utah State lined up, ready to deliver the opening kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Bussey. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas A&M's offense will go to work first. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Back to pass. It's Reed. Back open in middle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Sometimes a play like that, incorporating the back in the passing game, almost seems like cheating. It's so easy.
Yep, because you can run it against man or you can run it against zone. If you're patient, obviously, with zone coverage, he can come open. But man-to-man, I like my chances of a running back versus a linebacker. So nice job by the quarterback. Nice job by the running back.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. The run from the shotgun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Might be changing the route. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll hop there and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Utah State's offense will get the ball for the first time. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It is difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with it.
He'll do it himself. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
Man, interesting play call on 3rd and long. I think we're thinking pass, and which matchup do they try to exploit? And they try to sneak a run in there, and the play's fine. I mean, they run the option very unsuccessfully, small gain, and now we got 4th down.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. He'll pull it on the read. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Dropping back, it's Reed. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Trying play action. He's got an open man. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And the Aggies will have it 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. He wants to throw it again. Trying to bull his way in. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Aggie! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They're going to run it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
This Utah State offense has it going. Dropping back, it's Barnes. Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. Backed up now here, 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll try to get the first through the air. Shoots it to the left. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. That ought to be enough for a Utah State 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. His drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. There he goes. The spin, still on his feet. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to throw, it's Barnes. The throw to the outside is complete. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it's no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll start this drive going to the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Yeah, that is a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
This will likely be the last play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the home of the 12th man.
Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. But they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys won it at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you can.
He's got it along the sideline. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggies.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Charlotte is just steamrolling its way to victory today. No way the experts saw this coming. A lead that just keeps growing and growing. They're up 14 over North Carolina. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Gives it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
The Aggies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Back to throw, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Sends it back in motion. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. This time he's got his man. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. From the gun, running back gets to give. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Unloads it left. He makes a catch. And the defense was right and set up in the red zone. And the Aggies have taken it inside the 20. From the gun, the running back has it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking to scramble. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that side.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Davis. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Slithers into space. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Scanning the field, it's Barnes. He's got him. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. On the move, it's Jacobs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Quick strike complete. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The sure hands, it's Boyd. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Utah State up-tempo.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the side,
pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. On fourth down, going to the air. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The give as they work on that clock. Quick spin on the line. Thrust that arm out. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Defense was confused, and the head coach uses a timeout. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Craver. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll try the run. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
I gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Bringing the heat. He's going to take off. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Barnes. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Hunt is on its way. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. That's caught. It's Craver. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That will put the wrap on things for